Here I am. I'm live. I'm live. 5 minutes late. I'm live. Nobody's here. No. They're all back. Me to go live. That's what it amounts to. But here I am. I'm live. And I'm waiting. Thank you, person, for throwing the thumbs up. You rock the most. Love that shit. Waiting for people. Waiting for more people. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks. Okay, you guys mean the most to me. Now, let me touch upon a quick little subject here. I have a little issue, a little bitty tiny problem, and it goes like this. Make no mistake, Australia, you're out. And not because I want it that way. It's just that you guys are on the other side of the earth. Anytime that you guys would be watching live, I'd be asleep. I'm not killing my sleep time. I'm sorry, Australia. However, the UK, Europe, America, East, West Coast, all of that, man, all of you guys, what is a good time to go live? 3's too early, 7's too late. Should I cut it at 5? Where do I need to be here? Where do I need to be? Well, hey, thanks for being here, Dana. Glad you made it. And 10 people. There was 12 a little bit ago. You change where you're live at. High noon. You know what? I wouldn't high noon. How you doing, Catatonic? Carol? Glad you guys could be here. Still waiting for Greeno. Hang on a second. Let me go get Greeno real quick. He was on my other live, and then it failed for some reason. I fixed it. I did fix it. Man, I should be back on the other one, too. Quick second. Let me get Greeno here. There we go. All right, I sent it to him. I'm live. Hang on, he's writing back. He might. Oh, so he says I am. I'm there, dude. Shit, why are you over here writing me? Now I feel ignorant. There we go. Wait, I don't see him. He ain't here. Greeno is not here. All right. Maybe Greeno couldn't make it. I don't know. Well, crap, man. I hate to do this because he's still not here. And I think he's back on the... Let me go open it up one more time so I can, tell him where to go. No, not there. I'm in on my channel. Just want to go live one time where everything goes right. Is that hard? Is that hard to do? Everybody else does it. Works just fine for them. There we go. We got it. Cool enough. All right. He should be here rather quickly now. And then we can get started. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. And I need a good time to... Oh, you're in Oregon? Really? Man, I used to live up in Oregon, man. If you know where Lincoln City, Niatsu is, right there. Lived there for a short while. Really loved it, man. Oregon's good people up there. Really good. Okay, and still waiting for Greeno. 20 people, 22 people. There it is. Okay, now let me work my magic here really quick. Maybe. I'm in hope of. I have. Oh, jeez. And I have no bar. I have no bar here at the bottom. Crazy. Oh, jeez. I have no way to get over there, Greeno, and I do not know what the problem is. It will not let me to the farthest side of the screen where I can make you moderate. Now, Yeah, I'm in the chat box, and it goes over just except for like maybe that far to the right where all that shit is. That's where I gotta go. I ain't got it, man. I killed it, dude. I'm not on OBS. You see where I'm at? I did. I see. I minimized and maximized, and it still does it. Normally, I can scroll it over, but it's not letting me do that. I have no idea, man. Why is this screwing with me? Why is it doing that? Why? 5 or 6? You know what? I'd be down with 5 or 6, maybe 5. That would probably work. Just wanted everybody's thing on it because it don't matter where I set that time. Somebody's going, I can't make it. Well, now I can't make it. Australia, you're never going to make it. You can't, not live. I don't do it at 3 in the morning. So anyway, let me try to figure this out here because I am trying to make Greeno moderator, and there is no way to get that over there like that. None. 0. What in the hell happened here? I am not understanding. All right. I'll tell you what. Hold tight here. One quick second, everybody. Let me try something a little weird, if I may. Because this is not the live I wanted. This is not the live I was seeking at all. No. Yeah, that's right. Well, do something. You know what, man? Okay. Yeah, it's doing stuff. What do you know? All right. You know what? It's not even here. It's not even here now. All right. I'm over that. Screw it. Let's just do the show. You ready? All right. Here it comes. As you guys probably already know, man, this week I was looking over my suspects' Facebook page. Now, I want to point out that I did this a time of 20 in the past. However, this time through, there was a difference, and it just kind of dawned on me. Now, last night I was watching a live stream that me and Greeno had did just over close to a year ago. I think that was on September 23rd or 24th of last year, where we was talking about the similarities between Evansdale and Delphi. Now, we had both looked into that, and this is before I had seen that the suspect drove, that I knew that he drove. Now, upon that, because we had all our facts good and, everything was right. But I think at the end of that, we both agreed after 2 hours that it was probably more circumstantial than it was the same suspect. Once I found that my guy had drove to Delphi from St. Louis, it put a different spin on it. It kind of gave me clearer eyes. Then I went back and looked at Evansdale again. But I concluded the second time over, same guy. Identical MO, reversible date. I know his direction where he was heading on 25, and I know that on 380 going north, he was northbound by Evansdale. So, oh yeah, hit that. Hey man, has anybody seen Alaska Blue? Anybody seen her? She was supposed to be here, and I have nobody to moderate. Nobody. And I can't even get away. Hang on. And maybe, I mean, there's got to be a way to get over there. Tell me I'm wrong. There is no way to get over to that, man. Zero. And there should be a bar right here that is not there. Okay. Cheryl Logwood, how do you moderate right now? I need to get over to the right that far. That far. I can't scroll. I can't push it over. It won't go. But if I could go over to the right that far, you would be moderating, and so would Greeno. That's the problem. I can't get it to go over that far. No, I tried dragging it. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to like pull it over because there's no scroll bar. And I was like, okay, it's never cut me out of the entire side of chat. If I minimize it, then it only shows the center, but not to the right. Yeah, you know what it is, because I laid it out a little big. You know what? You're probably exactly right. Because I did make that, I think, 1280 by 720, and that's probably the reason. I can't fix it now. There is no way to. So I go through this live show without a moderator. It's just me talking, people. I hope that's what you showed up for, man. Because you showed up to hear me talk. Here it is. All right. So anyway, this time I went back through and I went to his Facebook page and I started going back through again with clearer eyes. Understand now. So when I get back there and I noticed that he had and he didn't take that picture of the invisible tape. That was a preset meme. He didn't take a picture of invisible tape, but it is telling. Now, the other one was the cereal boxes, the Captain Crunch, and it had a Hershey's bar right here in the middle. It was a Crunch bar that said 100% real. With me? Now, he also had the two nickels, one right beside the other on a little plate. Now, the one on the left, or the left-hand sided nickel, says Liberty 2017 D. That may be a little telling. You know, because that does seem, and I can't drive 55. I'm positive that that's what he was thinking when he left Delphi that day. You know, I'm positive that he was thinking, I can't drive 55, but he knew damn well he couldn't hit an 80 either. See where I'm at? You know, he would have been caught, maybe. But anyway, you know, after going back through and checking all that, it was looking at it with different eyes this time through. Where was that was in his Facebook, on his Facebook page. It was just pictures that he had put up in the past. Also, and I think that he may have messed up because he put on one of them that he got rear-ended, and it says 1017. Now, I know that he was rear-ended in 1018, not 17. When I went to check for an accident report, I found nothing on 1017. I did find the one on 1018. So I think that he screwed up. But the reason I was looking for that one, if he was rear-ended in 1017, that would have been the same car that was used in Delphi. Laid money on it. He would have been driving the exact same vehicle. Well, 56 people here. Does anybody have a question? Because I'm running a little, I can't do anything. Can't make anybody a moderator. All I can do is answer questions or sit here and just talk in circles, which I do quite often. Man, you know what? There's got to be a way to do that. There has to be a way. Nope. Not even a way. Not even like that. It says, all I can see down there is, Michael, you have conviction. Michael, you have conviction. I do not know what that means, but I can take you off the channel real fast. Is that what you want? If it is, throw something back up there. You're gone. Have a nice day. Restart the live. Dude, I would love to restart the live. The only thing is if I restart the live, that's going to be 15 minutes from now before it even pops up. Once it begins, nah, I'm just running the live show. I will go an hour. I will answer any questions. If you have any questions, throw them up. Yeah, all small town cops are good old boy networks. That's what they do. Well, you see, Cinnamon, I can't see the full of your comment because this much to the right's missing. That's why I can't tell exactly what you were saying, because right here it says, it mean you work care dot conviction. No, I have not gotten a letter back from him, but I don't think that he is allowed writing instruments under, without supervision. They have him in a very bad place. He isn't even allowed a razor. I did. I wrote him 6 times. But I've never gotten a letter back. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he can sit and write without supervision. They're not going to hand him a pencil. That dude could try to put it through his arm, his eye, any other thing. See? Now, I'm not saying, he might be able to write me, but if he could write me, he would have wrote me something. He would have wrote me a letter saying you're full of shit, something. But he never wrote me. And I have wrote him very long text, some of them at 7 pages long. So he has gotten considerable information from me. In fact, he's gotten all information from me. From this guy right here, he got everything. The briefing, filled him in on every word. The second-year press conference, he knows all about it. My thoughts, he's got them. He knows them entirely. I repeated them. Ask Greeno about me repeating. I repeat, people. See, Greeno ain't even here, man. He hit the road. Hey, Mystery Baker. Oh, there he is. He's still here. Mystery Baker, how you doing? View your channel. I like your channel. I really do. At nighttime, I sit back and I watch people bake cakes and make desserts. I love that stuff, man. I'm like, ooh, that looks really good. Well, I don't think that he would be allowed pen. I think in jail you're only allowed a pencil, probably minus an eraser. How you doing, Monica? Harlan? Who is HC Jr.? Who is HC Jr.? I need to know HC Jr. Oh, I do. And I forget the giant cake that had that icing that you'd put. It's a giant cupcake or whatever. I thought that was kind of cool. They keep me happy. Hey, how you doing, MP? Been a minute. Oh, Harvey Carroll. Man, don't listen to Harvey Carroll. Harvey Carroll wrote a book, people. Man, go look at the reviews on that. They all called him a kindergartner that didn't know crap. You know why he's got a channel? It's to be a douchebag. Screw Harvey Carroll. He's an idiot. Tell him I said that. Tell him, oh, well, he can't come here and say anything. I banned him off my channel. He always does, man. He's a douchebag. You don't know what he's talking about. Don't listen to people. Don't listen to him. HC, I should have put that together. Really should have. Don't hold back. I'm not. Yeah. Now I wasn't on Evansdale. No, I did. I'm in Delphi. Me and Greeno, man, we covered that since what, day 2? We've been on this for like a long time. But Evansdale we touched upon, and that was about a year ago when we did the live show where we was talking about the similarities and stuff between it. But that's all that took me into that. And I wouldn't really have anything to do with Evansdale if I didn't think it was the same suspect, but I do. In fact, my thoughts are like 98% certain on Delphi, but the two being the same suspect, that is 100%. 100%. Could not tell you any different right now. Same guy, both. Greeno in the house. I believe so too. I mean, the MO, the method of operation, identical. It was down a highway each time, stopped, small hiking trail, abducted 2 girls, took them off, killed them, left, middle of the day, 13th, reversible date. How do you have that and not make a, man, what are the odds? You see where I'm at? Like, what are the odds of that? Now, well, let me tell you about the odds, because I go back probably a few weeks ago. Well, it was longer than that because I talked about this on and off for a long time. But the FBI was in Delphi on day 2 before the girls were found. They hadn't been missing 24 hours. The FBI was there. Why? Man, all I got to do is look at Evansdale and go, ooh, identical, same way, reversible date. Even the FBI said, yo, dude, we better send somebody. This looks pretty real, because they've been on Evansdale for a long time. This got me into Evansdale, but then I connected, same guy. So, anywho, that is how that works. No, it was never made public as to how they died, but they were found like 5 months, almost 6 months after the fact. So I think that what they had found was basically skeletal remains. You see where I'm at? It wasn't like, unless they were shot or something like that to where it would through the bone or something, then they probably couldn't tell. Hit in the head. I mean, there's various things that they can look at a skeleton and be able to tell. But if it wasn't like, heavy trauma, probably not find that, I would think. And somebody just mentioned me in a comment. Okay, now, before we even go here, if anybody, oh, hey, Emily, how you doing, man? I ain't seen you in a minute. If anybody wants me to call them so that they can be live on the show, send your number to this email right here. That's where you send it. And when you send your number there, I will call you. And you will be live right here. Well, not right here. You'll be where you are, but you'll be live right here where others can hear you. It could be. It could be strangulation. I mean, that was the first thing that I kind of threw out on Delphi, was probably strangulation or a stick, something like that. Because, I mean, he wasn't going to be firing a weapon. Not in Delphi. Not on a trail, man. Everybody would have heard that. Everybody would have knew. So he was very stealthy with it. He wasn't going to be given shots and have people follow, or, hey, where did that come from, and go looking for it, that kind of thing. So I think that and I'm guessing, and I want to point that out. Because I don't know. I mean, I have no clue as to what happened in Delphi. And if I take the sandwiches out, what people have said or I heard. But when you take that out of it, man, law enforcement never gave a cause of death on either of them. And rightfully, they should never do that. So, yeah, if there was a gunshot out there at Monon High Bridge Trail, everybody that was there or nearby would have heard it. They wouldn't know the exact time. Yeah. And I don't know what handgun he had, but even if it was a .22 pistol, it still would have been enough. I mean, anybody hiking up, what was her name, Cheyenne, she would have heard it. She definitely would have heard it. So would Flausher guy, he would have heard it. Everybody would have. And when the guy was leaving, it would have put more eyes on him because he came from that direction. Now, I'm not saying that if there was a gunshot, everybody would say he just killed somebody, but they would have knew the direction it came from and the direction he was coming from. Like I said, it would have put better eyes to him. Also, in 8 days, 8 days exactly, I will have quit smoking for 1 year. 1 year. Yeah. So, I mean, like I say, if he had did anything like that, and I'm sure that he showed the pistol to get him to comply and whatever and all like that, not to scream or run away, but I don't think that he had any intention of. Yeah, you was there, wasn't you? You was, and sadly, I lost that. I lost that cigarette butt somewhere. Don't know where it is right now. Thank you very much. Thank you, thanks. Thank you very much. I'm a non-smoker, people. I don't smoke anymore. No, because I don't need to debunk it. When it's crap, it don't need debunked. If something is crap, I don't take and waste my time to go debunk it. It's pretty obvious. It's crap. So, did anybody send me their number? I want to talk to somebody, and I want to talk to them right now. Right now. Get your number sent to that email address. Oh, you did it? Okay, great. You're still smoking your Reds. You know what, man? You could be vaping pink lemonade just like me. Just like me. Thank you. So let me go check and see if I got any numbers here. Be right back. See if I can call somebody. Well, I might be calling someone. It's a maybe. I don't know, man. People were being like, yeah, I did, man. I said no. I'll set my name. Yes! Tomorrow? What do you mean tomorrow? I'm sorry. Monica. We are calling Monica, people. Look at me. I've always wanted to call her Monica. And here is my chance. It's my golden opportunity to speak to a Monica. Ringing.
Hello.
Hey, Monica, it's Michael.
Hey.
How you doing?
Michael, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I love your show, Michael. I always look forward to it whenever I catch it. And I think you're doing a great job. We're working on this case as hard as we can. And thanks for cracking it, because I think you cracked it.
I am in hope. Well, yeah, I ain't going to touch it. Go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, no, definitely no gun. There was no gunshot off. There's no way.
No.
I had a gunshot go off in front of my place, and it is like, you have no idea how loud that is.
Oh, I do.
So when you've heard shots, there's nothing to be. It's not like in the movies where they go pew pew pew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's loud. It resonates. So if anyone was in that area, they would have definitely heard the gunshot. So I think you're 100% right. The gun was used to take the girls away and intimidate them. And I don't know what else they could have done. I mean, what do? You run?
You can't. I mean, I understand exactly what you're saying, but you know what? In fact, to back up what you just said, if they had ran, what would he have done? You know, well, I mean, if they took off in two different directions, he couldn't have hunted them both down. He would have known that if he shot one, the other would know exactly what he looked like.
Well, here's the thing. I learned from my dad. He said, if anyone ever pulls a gun on you, you take your chances and you just run. And you run zigzag, zigzag, zigzag,
Yeah.
zigzag. Because he's going to kill you anyway. So
Yeah.
at least you got a bit of a chance. And, you know, just to put it out there for anyone else, God forbid, that has this situation come upon them, take your chances and don't let anyone take you by, you know, take your chances. He's going to kill you anyway, so you might as well have a fighting chance to get away, right? And
Yes.
this is what we, you know, maybe teach our kids and teach our friends and just give them a chance to get away, like, you know, some sort of a fighting chance anyway. But I think you're right on the money, and I think you got the Evansdale thing hammered down pretty tight too.
Well, it's going to be a year and a half before they can make an announcement for it. I already know that. So like I say, that's the biggest thing on my channel, because I would love for this to be wrapping up right now. I would love to be over there in Delphi going to court. I'd like to be over, you know, but I know that that's a long way away. And the only thing that I really have to do on this channel, this one, is to talk about what I already know. You know, I can't really go discuss anything new because there's nothing really new out there. There's new persons of interest, but it don't take long to look at them and go, yeah, I know they didn't do it. You know, I know they didn't.
Oh, they're just a joke.
So if I come on my channel to make a video saying this guy didn't do it, I mean, just me saying, yeah, the guy didn't do it. You know, there's no reason for me to sit and make a video talking about it. But
no,
Greeno does.
Greeno knows what?
No, I said Greeno does because, you know, he was going to go make videos and live shows and this and that. Persons of interest, keep people abreast of like new information that's on the Delphi case. But like I said, you know, I'm not. You know, I'm not. What I'm saying is if there's anything that new that comes out, I'll make a video on it. But as of right now, I think that everything is pretty wrapped up in what I've already stated.
I agree with you.
I don't see anything new coming out.
You know, not that I'm a, you know, prime sleuth or anything, but I've always had a really good knack for sort of just feeling things out.
Yeah.
And I think you have to have that knack. I think the best investigators, the best cops, detectives, whatever, they just got this natural knack. It is nothing you can learn. It's something you just have. And I think you just have it. And I think you've got it. And like when you brought this whole thing out with TB, it went.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks for saying TB.
Yeah. It just went click.
Yeah, it did.
That's it. It didn't take long to figure it out. It's just like, that's it.
You know, if I may, I mean, touch upon that. Now, I was military police, but that was really no investigation. Now, they had schooling on investigation, and I took criminal investigation. But when I think back to that, and that was in 86, 87 when I took the classes,
right?
I don't even remember what I learned. You see where I'm at?
Yeah,
it's more... I looked at this case for so long. I knew the facts. I knew the evidence. I knew, you know, that when you look at somebody and you start trying to say, well, do they fit all this criteria? Well, when they do, and I had told Greeno before he went to jail last year, dude, I think this is the guy. But that was before I found the route that he took. When I found the route, I'm like, got him. I know I haven't. Yeah. I know that this guy is the man.
Too many coincidences add up to a plan.
Exactly. You know, right. I mean, if you have a coincidence, big deal. You have two of them, you have three, you have four, you have five. But when you have a mountain of them, then it's like, hey, this might just fit. You know, it's one thing to make something off of nothing, but when you have everything,
there's no way that guy's 18 to. But come on.
No, yeah, I know.
That's an old dude.
Yeah. Well, now you can't see that on the pictures of the video. I mean, if you look at the bridge guy pictures,
body type.
Not body type, but what I'm saying is age. You can't look at those pictures and tell me his age because you can't see his face. You can't tell wrinkles or anything.
But a young person's body is different than an older person's body. Like, as you get older, there's very few people that look 18 when they're 50.
Right. No, I'll give you that.
So even just body, like, some people can retain their shape and all that stuff. Most people, as they get older, they fill out. You know what I mean?
I never did.
Well, you're slim. You probably look 18.
I have the same body I have now that I had when I was 21. Yeah. I can tell you, I have the identical same body I had back then. But
you're one of the few.
Exactly. But the thing is you are right, because most people, in my same way, he had my body frame. Now, when he got into his 40s, he started filling out. He started getting a little thick in the middle, and he started to fill out like an old man would start to fill out.
Yeah.
You see where I'm at? But now my grandpa, my dad's dad, when he died at 96, he had my body frame. He never gained a pound. He never did. And it can be kind of dependent upon that person. But most people, they fill out as they get older, once they hit about a certain age.
Now, you said another thing, which I totally agree with you on, with the alcohol use.
Yeah.
And the alcohol use, that body shape is an alcohol drinker.
Yep.
That's my opinion anyway.
Yeah.
I see, you see that guy, he looks like a drinker.
Yeah.
He got little bit of a pot belly and whatever.
But that's it. Look at his face and say like alcohol, because a lot of people when they're that age, they got like the big red nose, from where they drank a lot. His face was pretty young looking and unblemished, but his belly kind of, but again, that could be age. But you know what? Well, let me put to you like this. We know when he got pulled over on the highway, he was drunk. Okay. We know that right before he went to the Catholic supply store, he was at a nightclub where I could suggest that he was probably drinking. So definitely. I do kind of put it that he was likely drinking during the commission of these acts, including the 77-year-old, Evansdale, and Delphi. Because many serial killers use alcohol, one, to get the nerve to commit the first crime, and then they use it to live with what they've done, so that they can kind of hide from what they've done.
Right.
Ted Bundy said the first time that he had ever killed a woman, he felt demonic. He couldn't believe that he actually did something like that. And that's why he was turning to alcohol. That's why he needed a drink to kind of cover in his own mind as to what he had done. But then he said it came back. After so long, after it went away, then it comes back stronger. And I think that that's exactly how this operates with him, with my suspect, identically.
Yeah, and also Dahmer was using booze or alcohol, to commit crimes. It gave him that courage,
Yes.
But the behavior has to be already there. You can't, like, I can drink as much as I want. I can go out and have a couple of glasses of wine and maybe get a bit tipsy. I'm not going to go do something crazy. You know what I mean? So that behavior already has to be in there, and the alcohol just lets it come out.
Very correct. Very, very correct. I mean, because I know a lot of people that drink, a whole lot. I over my life, I have hung out and befriended many wino alcoholics, that I knew, but none of them ever went and hurt anybody. You see where I'm at? Because you do genetically, I say genetically, but it could also include environment that you was raised in. But something's got to be touched upstairs for you to want to commit that. Now, the alcohol,
there's no question about that.
The alcohol only gives the courage to go forward with it. But after you do that and you're under the influence of alcohol, when you come out of that the next day, then you're going to really feel like a demon, because it's like, oh my God, what did I do? I can't believe I did that. Good grief, man, maybe I am. But then you need that alcohol to live with it. And that's why I say this, like BTK, John Wayne Gacy, Bundy, Dahmer, BTK. You know, all of these people, man, they all drank. Now, I'm not saying that they were alcoholic. Some of them may have been or had a good problem with it. It's not that they were exactly alcoholic, but they needed that booze. Their body, their mind needed it. They couldn't live with it.
Yeah.
Now, I was a traveling alcoholic. I basically hitched America for 12 years drinking. And through that time, I can tell you, man, I'll look right in the camera. Here it is. I committed all kinds of crimes. Small crimes, little bitty crimes, but I committed a bunch of them because I had the courage to do it. You know, I never even got caught doing them. I'd go into a store and steal something because it seemed fun at the time. It was I didn't need it. I just had the courage and did that. So I know that alcohol can raise your courage. And if it's in you to do something a lot bigger, guess what? It'll give you the courage to go do. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it's called Dutch courage, if you've never heard of that expression.
Called what?
Dutch
yes.
courage.
Yeah, I have heard that. Yep.
So it's false courage, but it's this boost to be able to go out and be maybe the bigger personality, you know, it gives you that sort of, and be a grandstander where you wouldn't be ordinarily without it.
Exactly.
So I think you're right about the booze. I think you're right that he was drinking, and I think that all those theories I think are correct. But do you think that he started with Evansdale? Like, do you think this pathology just starts at a certain point, or do you think he might have done some small things that we don't know about way beforehand?
You know, the way I'm looking at it, and I when we found out that he had never broken the law before, okay?
Well, never broken the law or never been caught before.
Okay. Allow me to rephrase, as I always have to. Had never been caught breaking the law because we knew at the time when we was told that by Kim Riley that he had already broken the law. You see, because he's saying, well, the suspect had apparently never committed a crime before. So once we knew that the man had never committed a crime before, had never been caught committing a crime before.
Well, that's what the proper phraseology should be, because there's a lot of people that commit crimes that don't get caught. Doesn't mean they haven't committed the crime.
Correct.
But hadn't been caught before, okay?
Correct. But
so,
the point I'm making is that while he had never been caught committing a crime, now I can look back and say, okay, Evansdale, that was probably the same guy. In fact, I'm looking at almost 100%. It was the same guy. Now, if he had never committed a crime before, or never been caught committing a crime before, if I look at Evansdale and then I look at Delphi on a reverse date, now I can say he was there for as long in Delphi because he was waiting. He was not hiking for 5 hours. You see where I'm at?
No.
He was waiting for that time. Now, only 2 people seen him in Delphi that lived. I want to point that out. The lady walking her dog that walked up on him, and flannel shirt guy seen him when he was leaving. So we know that through that whole time that he was there waiting, he was trying to be unseen. He didn't want people to see him.
Right.
Okay. So since we have Evansdale, and then on the reverse date, we know he was waiting at another small trail alongside a highway, identically the same way. So I think that Evansdale may have been his first. Now, it would seem a little unlikely that he would wait 5 years to make a return on that, but it seems like it was preset for that day. Now, isn't it
strange that you were the only person that actually looked at that thing with being the reverse dates?
No. I'm not.
No?
No, that was not me. That wasn't me.
Okay. Someone else had come up with that?
No, somebody else had remarked about the thing, and that was over a year ago when we found that out. But that was part of the circumstances that connected Delphi to Evansdale was the reversible date. Because one date can only reverse to one other date. You see where I'm at? There's only one other date that it can reverse to. So that really did put like that really is odd. It really is. But at the same time, it connects those two. So I can say that those two were connected. Now, if it's the guy that I think it is, all right, then he went ahead and went and committed another murder after the fact. Now, what was weird about that is that me and Greeno, and that goes back, and that's on WKAT channel, where we was talking about the Evansdale Delphi connection. We had talked about that this person, if they committed, now I think that what way we stated that is if they committed Evansdale and Delphi, then they would likely commit another murder in due time, which this guy did.
Right.
You see.
So what? So they just keep going till they get caught? Is that what you're thinking, or do they just?
Some.
I mean,
but
look at the Zodiac.
I was going to say Zodiac. Exactly, the Zodiac. He stopped.
He stopped, or he died, or he got incarcerated, or something.
Stopped him. Yeah, but he stopped, and he was taunting police. He was doing the identical that John D. Miller was doing. Right. John D. Miller, man, he was up there. I don't want to touch upon what he did. I don't try to bring that out, but this girl was 8 years old, and then he goes out and is leaving messages and on kids' bikes in their mailboxes saying, "I did that, and you're next." He's writing the cops, man, like sending them used rubbers, saying that he did it. No, they had his DNA, and this is long before DNA ever came out to like nail him like that. Once they got that ancestral DNA and he was hit, but 30 years went by and he didn't do anything else. It's like it's very out there.
But I also think that from what I've been researching in terms of killers and serial stuff, because I find it fascinating. I have a psychology background, so I find it really interesting to try to figure out how to understand these people and perhaps in the future be able to see them before they hit. But what I found interesting was that there's a certain age group that they start and stop. Like they don't go past a certain age.
Hold on. Wait. 1 second, real quick, okay?
Yeah.
Hold that thought, exactly where you're at on the age. Alaska Blue. Can you make Greeno a moderator? Do you have that ability? Or does it have to be me? Okay. Crap. All right, go ahead.
Are you talking to me now?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I find that there's certain patterns to these people, and they kind of go through the similar pattern. They start, and they stop at a certain age. It seems to be, anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if anyone investigating this whole killer thing ever goes into why a certain person would stop at a certain age. But they all seem to stop at a certain age.
You know what? I mean, I can kind of just give my thought on it, and it's just maybe kind of an educated thought to it. But if you look at some of these people, they get to an age where they can't control a person anymore. I'm trying to think of somebody like a serial killer that I could use for instance. But it's kind of that, like, when they get to a certain age, they don't either have the ambition or there's something that starts to up here, in their head.
Right. Yeah.
And and BTK, but you know what? BTK actually came back to cops still. It was like he didn't really give up. I mean, he did, but he didn't. He still wanted them to know, hey, I'm out here. It's still BTK and I'm out here, and that's what got him hit because Angela Faith had put him up. But the thing is, I mean, he was getting to that age where he may have started to because he still wasn't out there killing. You see where I'm at?
Yeah, or they get older and they maybe don't feel as strong or as powerful. And So they're a little bit more intimidated to go out there and be the predator that they are, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they stop, but their pathology doesn't stop. So, but you know, and this one more thing, and then I'll let you go because I know you probably have other people wanting to talk. But this whole thing where he kind of went one crazy, like that Catholic school thing was just crazy.
Yeah.
Because if he was really as stealthy as he was, say, in Evansdale and Delphi, which was in the Catholic school killing.
Well, wait, hang on.
He put himself right out there in the middle of everything, you know, being right out there. It was almost like, okay, well, I might as well either number one, get caught because I don't want to do this anymore, or let's just go crazy and go out in a blaze of glory. Something was in his head.
That's where I'm at, Monica. And you know what? I mean, I kind of take this back, and I'm kind of I'm using kind of what I was thinking before. Is that when Evansdale and Delphi, when the crimes were committed, nobody had heard of this ancestral DNA. Okay.
Okay.
Now, the suspect, I believe, knew that he didn't have DNA in the CODIS. All right.
Well, yeah, because he's never been printed or
exactly.
You know, they never told him.
So he didn't mind leaving his DNA because they couldn't trace it to him. Right. Now,
Sure.
Since he knew that he left his DNA and they couldn't trace that DNA back to him through CODIS. Now, along comes CC Moore. She can take that DNA and take it right down to your family and find out exactly who you are. Now, me and Greeno started reporting about that, and we wrote CC Moore about it, right? Now, when all this starts coming out, because Delphi investigators came out, and I made a video on that where they said they was using the exact same technology that was used to capture John D. Miller. That was CC Moore. I put that out there. We put out that we had reached CC Moore.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Exactly. Now, I'm not saying that he was sitting here specifically watching our channel, but we know that that was out in the news. Now, if he was keeping up on this, which we was told by law enforcement, that the suspect was probably keeping up on Delphi, he knew about that.
If he did something, wouldn't you be keeping up on it?
Well, the point I make is that if he was keeping up on that and then found out that CC Moore could trace it right down to him, and I say this for the reason because every single personal email that he had began with Scotsman. So I knew that they had already did their DNA. I knew that they had already followed that up and probably traced it all the way back to Robert the Bruce. You see where I'm at?
Right.
So I knew that he knew that they was using that. And he knew that one day, very soon, they was going to come knocking on his door, just like John D. Miller, and have him. So what did he do? A man that had never been caught committing a crime goes and rapes a 77-year-old lady, speeding down the highway, acting like an insane lunatic, said the people, drunk as all get out, slammed on the brakes on the interstate to get a guy to rear end him, and the cop let him go. Okay. Yeah. Then the following month, this is 3 months in a row, because that was in November or in October when he was rear-ended in there. Then the following month, he goes to a Catholic supply store, first-degree murder, and the other 16 felony counts. What was the break? Why did he suddenly go out and start doing all this? I think it revolves around the fact of he knew he was going to get hit. He knew it was a matter of time, and I might as well go out, like you said, and blaze of glory the way I want to.
The blaze of glory, like just get.
Yep.
You know, you got nothing to lose. You might as well go full hog.
Might as well do it all, because he couldn't get hit any more than what he had for Evansdale or Delphi. What was they going to do? Give him more? You see where I'm at? No. He knew that he was hit for the one. Might as well complete.
Is there a death penalty in
Indiana? Yep. That's the only one that he has to worry about. There isn't one in there isn't one in Ohio or in Iowa.
No, but I believe that just today or yesterday they're reinstating the death penalty, from what I heard.
Where? In Iowa?
No. It's all over the news. It's
oh, that's federal. That's federal, though.
Federal? Oh, Oh, okay.
Now, that may work if it is federal, but I don't know that it is. I know we crossed state lines to go commit the murder, but the crime itself didn't cross state lines. Now, that would probably make that, what's that, Blackhawk County in Iowa and Carroll County here. But the thing is, I mean, again, they can't talk to him until after his court completes.
Right.
Then, in a year and a half,
That's
we'll
the way
know.
the law works.
Yeah, and a
lot
year
of
and a half,
people
we'll
don't
know.
Understand that what you're saying about, well, if they have his DNA and they've got his prints or whatever they've got now, obviously they've got whatever they have because he's now been printed and DNA'd.
Yep.
Why can't they just go pick him up and this and that? But, you know, you have to understand how the law works, and that's, his lawyer will say, forget it. You can't talk to my client until this thing is done.
Exactly, because he's represented. See, he doesn't go into court. They may have him go into court, but he's not recognized as being there because he isn't representing himself.
No.
His lawyer is. And that lawyer is the guy that's going to say, you, no, later, just the same as DN's did, identically. No, later on. You'll have to do it later, not now.
The judge can't overrule that, right? So that's the way the Constitution works.
Nope, not at all. The judge can't, but you know, I mean, there's a good side to that, is because look, this guy went down there and look at what he did at that Catholic supply store. That guy needs to pay a price. You know, it's not like Delphi's the only crime this guy did. It's not like Evansdale's the only crime he did. He committed all three, and in due time, he'll face every one of them. So it's not like people are out there thinking like, well, why can't they talk to him? Well, it's the law because he's down there confronting a case. You don't want that messed with, the same as we don't want Delphi messed with, same as they don't want Evansdale messed with.
So let me ask you a quick question.
Daria, how you doing?
You seem to know the rules.
I really don't know the rules.
If he faces the music for what he did in St. Louis,
yeah,
then does he have to serve a sentence before he can be tried?
No. He's down there now. They're trying him for first-degree murder with life without parole. So if he's found guilty, and he will be, he'll get life without parole in Missouri. Okay. Now, once that is completed, and that will be in October of next year, then they may have sentencing a month or so later to say life without parole. Then he'll be sent to prison. He's got to go to their RDC and get his DOC number. Then we can go talk to him. So that's probably going to be right at about January of 2021. And after they talk to him, because Evansdale can talk to him too. Once they talk to him and Delphi talks to him, they can wrap it up right there. It don't matter if he's got to go to Evansdale first. It don't matter. We can already have murder charges pressed on it. That way, everybody will know this guy did it and he's coming.
So do they have to go through a trial in Evansdale?
Of course. He committed murder.
So he'll
due process.
He'll get taken.
Oh, hang on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hey, Salter, man, you're from St. Ignace? Yeah, look, man, my cabin's just 15 miles north of there. That's cool as all get out, man. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
So he'll be convicted.
Uh-huh.
Let's just say he'll get a sentence, and then they'll pick him up.
Yep.
And physically take him to Evansdale.
No. No, what they will do is once he's down there and he gets his DOC number, they're not really extraditing him back. Okay. What they're going to do is they will go down there, the same as they did with DN, where they went out to Colorado. They'll go down there so that they can talk to him, because then they have every legal right to go in and talk to him. But once they go in and talk to him and get the confession, then both sides can press murder charges. They don't have to bring him back to the county to do that.
Okay.
See?
So he would serve his sentence for all those crimes in one place?
But it's because it's the first place where he was convicted. He'll do all of his time concurrent down in Missouri.
Well, he's not getting out, so it doesn't really matter.
No, he'll never get out, but he'll do all the time unless, and this is what I'm holding on to, Indiana can still go for death. They're the only one that can go for death right now.
Right.
And if they do go for death, then they can be the one that's sent to put him to death, because Missouri didn't do it. Iowa can't. That only leaves Indiana. We do have the death penalty.
Right.
And if they do not seek that, guess what? There will be, well, wait, is he elected or is he appointed? I think the prosecutor, is the prosecutor elected? I think it is. I don't really know. It's like, why would you elect a judge? Well, he's a good judge. I like him as being a judge. I mean, couldn't you elect me as a judge? You see where I'm at? That don't make any sense, but like, I'm a judge. I don't know crap about it, but I'm going to sit up here and judge. If I could be elected, then that's what it amounts to. It seems like they should be appointed, but that's me.
Well, appointed is also a problem because then they're not really held accountable to the people. Because if they're elected, then they have to be held accountable if they make the wrong decision.
Federal judges are appointed.
Who is, sorry?
Federal judges are appointed.
Yeah, I know. But that makes it, see, I don't think it's right. Because if they're appointed, then who are they accountable to? When they make a mistake.
I'll give it to you.
When they make the wrong decision.
Well,
I someone off or whatever. There has to be accountability for everybody. But
well, here's kind of my take federally.
The citizens of Indiana, all the people, not even just Indiana. This case has touched the world. I mean,
it has.
Canada.
Yeah.
When I heard this, it's just something about it touched me, and I've been really following it, and I'm so.
They are elected in counties, and I mean I've seen like elect judge whoever, you know, but and when I've seen those I thought the same thing. You can just run and be a judge. You don't have to go to law school. You can just, hey, I'm a judge. I mean, I would like to see somebody just get elected what they're doing to go in there and judge. I'd love to see that. How can that be done?
Well, he doesn't.
It does.
But we'll just hope that this thing gets wrapped up, and it will get wrapped up, and you're going to turn out to be 100% right. And all those people that are saying, oh, well, it's this guy and it's that guy, and you're not right, you're not. Let's, we'll open a bottle of champagne.
I can't drink, sorry. I'm an alcoholic.
Well, I'll order a bottle of non-alcoholic champagne in your honor.
Okay. That'll work. And you know what? I can slam in your beer. I don't care.
We'll crack it open and we'll say, I know you're right. I'm not even scared to say you're right because I know you're right.
Well,
but anyway.
I feel that I certainly feel that I am right on both of them. And I know it's going to be a long time until it comes out. So I'm not worried about it. I mean, I'm really not. In fact, what I would like, man, is for a lot of people to just hop on this and be like, yeah, you know what? I think you covered it pretty well. I mean, I think it is that guy. Because, look, man, I'm not a guy who wants every troll out there to pay a price. I'd like for him to come around and say, dude, I think you are right. You know?
Yeah.
Because I would like everybody to be right. Stop being wrong, people. Come along with me.
No, you guys
be right.
You guys did the most in-depth, honest investigation into how, when, where, why. This could be this, that could be that. This is what probably happened. That could be what. And it just made sense. It's just common sense. It's just like.
You're right. It is.
Simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. Yep. You know what I mean? It's not. Don't go off on tangents and things. It just seems so obvious, right? So I think you're on the right track. And and one thing more, Michael, before I say goodbye. Where is your other channel?
Hang on. I might have that right here. I don't. I knew I wouldn't. Maybe
post the link to it.
It might be at the top. This may be it. Maybe. Okay.
Because I've been looking for it and I can't find it. Because there's so much going on in the world right now that we have to all get together and talk about.
Okay, I'm going to put this up and somebody open that. As soon as it pops up, tell me if that's the UCC1 channel. Okay, somebody click on that. If it opens UCC1 channel, let me know. And Nancy Key, thank you very much. Okay, hey, Alaska Blue on top of it. Nancy, if you have any question, man, please throw it up, and I will be very happy to answer it for you. Go ahead, Monica.
No, if you can forward that UCC one, that would be great.
Okay, I just threw it up on the channel, on my live show in the chat. So scroll up where you see Michael Katt, and it'll have the link right after it, okay? Yeah, it is.
Oh,
that is the UCC1 channel. So I'll throw it back up. Once you get on there, just say something. Once I see that, I'll click on it and re-upload it, okay?
Oh, thanks so much, Michael. I really appreciate it. Look forward to your other channel as well.
Okay.
And,
hey, it was really great talking with you.
Keep up the good work and say hi to everybody who's on there, because let's support Michael. He's doing an amazing, amazing job. And say hi to Worcester for me.
Okay, hang on. Hey, Wolf. Hey,
you gotta put Wolf.
Where's he at? Where the hell is he? Oh, there he is. He's sleeping. Hold on.
You gotta feature him every time.
He was not happy with being woke up. I want to point that out. Yeah, he's not happy.
Michael, so wonderful talking to you again, and hi to everybody out there. Let's just keep it going. And on and enjoy the rest of your summer, and let's hope this thing gets wrapped up sooner than later.
I think it's going to be about 1.5 years, but you know what?
Yeah,
I got time.
Yeah, we got something to say in the meantime. So anyway, Michael, so wonderful talking to you again, and I appreciate you taking my call, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and keep going with the spirit, because I'm here every Tuesday.
I will be as well. And I was talking to Greeno a little earlier, and we may, because he does live too, we're going to use the OBS studio, and we'll probably have like a dual live.
Oh.
Where both of us can be live at the same time, and we'll switch channels each week. You know, from his channel to my channel and then back.
Yeah, you guys are a good team.
Oh, we are. We're a great team.
Yeah.
We do very well. In fact, I kind of wanted to get together with him and make a video.
But I've got. Don't tell anybody, Michael. This is between you and me.
You're on live.
I like
You like what?
Anyway, that's okay. I can have a preference, right?
What'd you say?
Anyway, I said I like your funeral better.
Okay, thank you.
Anyway, let's talk soon. I'll be back next week, and looking forward to what you have to say, and I'll be clicking on the other one.
Okay.
And definitely looking at what's going on around the world, because that's another thing we've got to take on.
Okay, well, it was nice talking with you, Monica, and I got another call to make. So I will get to that, and you have a fantastic evening, and I may talk to you next Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Keep up the good work.
Bye.
Bye.
And now we are calling J. Richard Katt. And we spoke with him last week. See what he's got to say. Hello, Richard. It's Michael.
Yeah, hey Michael, how are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Just stepped back from work. I'm tired, but before I hit the sack over here, I'm gonna. I think it's TB. I'm sorry. Simply because they haven't ruled them out.
Yeah, you know what? Let me touch upon that real fast. Okay.
Okay.
When he was arrested, and okay, I'll put it to you like this: he was arrested for first-degree murder in St. Louis. The evidence DNA. St. Louis called Carroll County and said, we got a guy that was dressed like Bridge Guy while committing this crime. He looks like the sketch and had never been caught committing a crime before. All right. Now, they contacted Sheriff Leslie, told him that, sent him the mugshot. Now, Sheriff Leslie of Carroll County would take that mugshot, correct me if I'm wrong, to the two people that seen the guy that day and say, does this look like the guy you seen that day? Now, if both of them had said, yeah, that's the guy, no doubt about it, that is exactly the monster I seen that day, what do you think he would do at that point? Would he not send their DNA off to Quantico to see if it fit the guy down there? Yes. So exactly approximately 1 month after his arrest in St. Louis, Carroll County sends their DNA off to Quantico. Last you hear about it. The very last. Right. Now, down in St. Louis, they say, well, the FBI got his DNA to run it through CODIS to see if it matches. Last you heard about it. Never a follow-up story on that. Why? No. Because it fit, and they knew they couldn't hit him with it until after that court was done. That's why. That's why everything was left. Building, cut off. Nothing more said. Why? He's the guy. It's him's why.
I agree. I've been thinking more about it. Now that you went through it that way, too, it makes it even stronger. I was trying to also look for that quarter with the Liberty on it. I couldn't find it.
It's not a quarter. Hang on. No, well, I don't think I can put that up here. I know I can't.
I sent you the cereal box, but
it's not a quarter, sir. Okay, it's 2 nickels, and it's on a little bitty plate. It looks like it's probably about a 2-inch white plate, and it's got 2 nickels sitting on it, with their heads facing toward you. Right now, the one on the left it says Liberty, 2017, because that was the date of the nickel, and right under it it has a D, and I thought, what are the odds of Liberty 2017 D? That's telling. That's telling.
Oh, is that right? The date 2017?
2017, and it was made in Denver with a little D right under it. And I'm like, this is almost confessionatory, you know? This is him standing out, and he's got the song I Can't Drive 55, and I'm like, yeah, I bet you couldn't drive 55. I bet you couldn't.
No.
Yeah.
And look, what do you think about this? With Captain Crunch, the blue jacket, him being Captain Crunch is wearing a blue jacket.
Let me take it a little beyond that. On that left-hand box, it says Captain Crunchitize me.
What does it say?
On that left-hand box, the Captain Crunch, it says Captain Crunchitize me.
Oh, yeah.
Crunchitize.
Crunchitize, man.
Well, I'm not trying to be graphic, but I'm just saying that in conjunction with the crime.
Oh, I see.
You see where I'm at? Because the crunch bar under it says 100% real.
Yeah.
And it just, again, because he took those. Now, he didn't take the one with the invisible tape. That was a preset meme. The other two of the Captain Crunch and the Crunch Bar, that was one he took. Same with the nickels. So I know that he was behind taking those and setting them up. That's why I say they're pretty telling in a way. It don't come out and say it, but it certainly points to it.
No, especially the 2017.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Next week, next Tuesday at probably 5, I'm going to be doing my live show, but I'll have OBS Studio, so I will be able to show you right here, right behind me, the nickels, the cereal, everything. So as I sit here and talk about it, bam, I can throw it right up behind me. That way everybody can see it. It'll make the show better. I'll guarantee.
Yeah. Well, what else would that be all significant? To signify. Why else would he? It just doesn't make any sense otherwise.
Well, now,
why would somebody do that unless they were trying to, like you said, these serial killers?
Well, here's the thing: is that when he did the Captain Crunch boxes with the Crunch Bar, he was stating that that's his exercise program of doing crunches. You see what I'm saying?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's the way he led it in the post that he put on Facebook. The one with the nickels he was talking about, and that was about 1 year after the commission of the Delphi crime. He had the double nickels, Liberty 2017 D, I can't drive 55. That's kind of telling too, in a way. It really is. I mean, it depends on how you look at it. If you look at him as the suspect, very telling. You know, if he isn't, then it's like, well, you're just kind of making something up. And I would agree if he wasn't. I think pretty conclusively he is.
But that's the odds of that.
It's more odds. It's just more on top of more odds.
Right.
That's just like the lottery now.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, that's all I had to say. I just think that it's very telling. You know,
that was it.
He's never been ruled out.
No, he hasn't been ruled out. But I think at the same time, the only way that they could rule him out would be with DNA. All right. But if they know that it matches, then they can't discuss it. They can't say, yes, he did it, and we have the DNA proof, because as soon as they did, anybody asking questions, the media asking questions about it, the only thing that they would have to rely on to answer with would be their investigation. Nothing he said. They're not giving their investigation away. Until they talk to him, they will not file charges. They will not. Because they can't. No. They're not going to talk about what they know. They're not going to tell everybody what they know. And that's all they would have to answer for, is what they know. Nothing that they got from him. So I think it's going to wait till they can speak to him, and then we'll get the charges.
And then the other thing you said, too, about when he got pulled over for the DWI, and I think his voice really sounds almost the same.
It is. Really it's identical. It is identical. It was two separate recordings at a distance. One was on a phone that was probably in a pocket. The other was a dash cam where he's like probably about 30 to 40 feet to the front of that car. So you're not really getting a real clear audio. If it was absolutely clear audio in both of them, it would be identical. People would go, oh, yeah, no, that is the identical. That's his voice, no doubt. Now, I had somebody message me last night that had looked at the voice comparison. They're like, nope, it ain't him. That voice is nowhere near his. And I'm like, man, that guy's out of his mind. They sound almost identical, even though it's different recordings. That voice is identical. It's the same voice.
I think that must be partially deaf or something.
It would have to be. Because, man, even when I listen to it, I'm like, not only is that the closest I've heard, that could be identical, same voice. Yeah, it's just different words.
Yeah. And then the thing you said, too, about him having his hands in his pockets.
Yep.
I think that's really telling.
You know what? Let me kind of explain in on that for a piece, if I may. Because during the traffic stop, when he was talking to the cop said, stand right over here. Now, he backed up away from the cop and he had his hands out of his pockets before he was like told to step over there. And when he did, he had his hands in his pockets and backed up 2 steps. Then the cop, he says, well, where do you want me to stand? And the cop says, right here. And he took 2 steps forward, hands in pockets, just like Bridge Guy.
Yeah.
Now, when he was pulled over by the cop, and I want to point this out, he knew that if he was arrested, he'd be hit. Okay, he didn't want arrested. He was under pressure. Where was his hands? In his pockets. Now, in Delphi, when he was crossing that bridge, he knew what was fixing to happen. He knew exactly what was fixing to happen. Where was his hands? In his pockets. Let me tell you, I've crossed that bridge many times, and if you look at any time that I crossed that bridge, my hands were never in my pockets. He does that when he's under pressure. It's up here is why.
And he's probably, because he's been drinking.
Yeah.
Probably,
he was drunk in both. I'll give you that. He was drunk in both. And under pressure. Yeah.
Where do you think he parked his? I think that was his vehicle by that welfare building then?
Yes, positively. And I'll tell you why. Me and Greeno had talked about this for, I don't know, over 2 years now. We knew that 2 people parked at the main parking area. And we know that he didn't park at the secondary entrance. That's where the girls were let off at. Now, if he parked at the main parking area, we know that flannel shirt guy parked there and Cheyenne.
Yeah.
Neither one of them gave a description of an unknown vehicle. So we know that they didn't see an unknown vehicle there. So people said, well, maybe he parked in the woods. I'm like, well, it's February. You know, you can see into the woods. If he had parked back into the woods, the cops would have known where he was at. They would have looked at and found it. They would have known where he was parked at. They would have came forward. If anybody seen an unusual car pulling out of this area, they would have said all that. Okay. So when they come out 2 years, 2 months later and say, well, we heard that there was a car that was parked at this abandoned building on County Road 300. And I'll put it to you like this. This is the main area. You cross the bridge. That's where the trail begins. That other area is like County Road 300, then turns left. You're right here. This is where the abandoned building is. He got out, walked over to a trail, and when he was coming back out and was seen by a flannel shirt guy who parked here and was walking in, he was going back out to hit that car. Now, he parked there for this reason, because we talked about this. He wouldn't park in an area, and we didn't know where he was from. We had no idea. But we know that he probably didn't want his car seen if he was there to do that, right? So we kind of assumed that he had maybe hidden his car somewhere. But if he parked at that abandoned building with, like right here's the abandoned building, here's County Road 300, he parked and backed in. That way people coming down 300 couldn't see where his car was from because his license plate was facing the highway. See where I'm at? Yeah. And that's why he parked there. And that's why he was there that long, is because he was waiting. That's positively the reason.
And you think law enforcement knows what that vehicle was?
They do now. They do now. They positively know now because they know who did it the same as I do. And I'm positive that they have talked to his wife, his brother, and everybody else that knows him. They know exactly the car he used there. Evansdale, they got everything wrapped up. It's just going to take a year and a half till they can say any one word about it.
Yeah, I just from the length of this case, I've heard several things, but was it like a white truck
in Evansdale?
In both.
I can't tell you what vehicle was used in Delphi. Now, I mean, I can look at Evansdale and they say, yeah, that was 2012, mind you, that they said it was an older style boxy Ford Bronco type vehicle. Now, if that was an older style in 2012, that could make it pretty old. You know, maybe an earlier 2000, something like that. Well, go ahead.
I've heard just through the grapevine, just around the, that the vehicle that they're talking about, I can't remember exactly where I heard, was a white truck at that welfare building. But I can't prove that. I can find a link to. I just heard it in talk.
If you find anything where law enforcement said that, let me know. Email it to me. But I had never heard that. The only thing I've heard from law enforcement, it was a vehicle. They never gave a make or a model or a color or anything. They said, but it was there from approximately 12 to approximately 5. Now, I assume that when he left at 3 o'clock, he hauled. He got out of there. You see where I'm at? Now, somebody may have said, well, it could have been there as late as 3 or as late as 5. So, I don't know where they got that, but I assume he got there at like 12 noon, roughly around that area. Yeah. And after the crime, when he was seen leaving at 2:47, when he got to his car, he left. He was not hanging around. He was not going to be parked there till 5.
Yeah, that was a perfect spot to park.
It was.
A quick route, and nobody's going to really look over there. Like you said, back then, you're not going to see the plate if he's from Missouri.
Yep.
Something like that. So, well, okay, well, hopefully that's if I find what that is, I'll email it to you, or I pick that up truck.
Okay.
Not like a panel truck, but like I don't know, like an SUV or something, a big SUV, white. But I'll send that to you.
Okay.
So, all right, well, that's about all I have. I'm going to go ahead and hit the sack.
Well, hey, it was really nice talking with you. And
Yes,
if
yeah.
you want to call back next week, let me know, and you'll be right back on.
All right, that's going to be next Tuesday at 5.
Probably 5. I will give a. I'll give it 5:00 p.m.
Are you Eastern time or Central time?
Eastern.
Eastern, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Central, so then I'll be at 4 my time. That's good.
Hang on,
I'll look for you.
Monica. This is the link to the UCC one right here. Okay, go ahead.
No, okay, good. Then that's like 4:00 my time next Friday, right?
Yeah,
Friday.
and I'll put it up so if you're on Central time, then it will probably be one later after or 1 hour earlier, actually. So if I got it set at 5, it would be 4:00 your time.
This one last thing, isn't part of Indiana Eastern and part Central, or is it just the whole state?
It used to be. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay, maybe it used to be.
I don't know why it does that, man. It will block somebody's comment, and they didn't even say anything bad. It's like, why would that be stopped? I don't know. Anyway, I'm just talking to myself. I'm sorry, man. Are you there?
Oh, yeah, hey, my
Okay.
No, is Indiana Central, or it was always like half of the state or something?
I think going back, I think it was right up on where Chicago is, where East Chicago goes into Indiana, like right up around Lake County. I think that a small portion of that fell into Central time with Chicago. But I don't think that the state was like divided down the middle, because when we go on, when we went to Eastern time, and we used to split that because half the year we'd be on Eastern, the other half we'd be on Central. And then we made the switch and we just went to Eastern. So I think that if there's any part that's on Central time, it's right up around East Chicago. That's it. Like down here, we're all Eastern.
Yeah. All Eastern there. Okay. All right. Well, that's all I had. I'll enjoy talking to you again, and I'll call you next week.
Enjoyed talking with you. Pull Zinda, you rock. Hey.
All right, you rock, and I'll talk to you then, Mike. Take care.
Alaska Blue, tell them that they rock. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good week.
All right, you too.
Bye.
See you.
All right, check and see if anybody else needs a call. Nobody needs a call. Okay, well, I guess that fixes that. I guess nobody wants me to call them. Nobody likes my voice. Nobody's cool with my stance. Okay, so question. Yes, Harley, if you got a question, throw it up. Me? I'm not becoming a private investigator. If you're speaking to me, I might, maybe one day. But you know what? I mean, like, here's my thing with being a private investigator. This is it entirely. If I was out like investigating somebody, oh, it wouldn't be just anybody. Oh, no. I'd be out hunting the real bad dudes, man. The real bad guys. I mean, I'm talking about like when I take him in, it'd be like dog, man. Yeah, it'd be like, oh, man, hey, Katt's on the loose. You better run. You better leave the country. He has a drug felony, so he can't leave the country. He might be safe in Europe. Yeah, Russian spies, terrorists, that kind of stuff. I'll hunt them. I'll hunt them down. I'll find them. You don't want to know what I'll make them do when I find them, though. They won't be going to jail. Guarantee you that. Yeah, you know what? That's what I don't like. Let me tell you something about nicknames. A person never picks their nickname. The last thing I would have ever been called was Katt. I don't mind Katt, don't take me wrong, but I'm a dog person. I mean, if I was picking my name, I would have been Dog. Totally Dog. Yeah, I got Dog the Bounty Hunter. Oh, I don't care for him. Thank you very much. Okay, hey, 12 Katt, man. Glad you could make it. Glad you could make it. And I have a dilemma. I have 57 people here and 52 thumbs up. Something is wrong with that equation. Can somebody tell me what is wrong with having 57 people and 52 thumbs up? Somebody. Just write it down in the comments so that others know. It's not cool. Going up. 58, 57. We're almost there. Make it happen. 59. Equation fixed. Thanks. You all rock. Donate, like, subscribe. Randy, grab it. Hey. Randy? There you go. Randy? Oh, like this. Hey, everybody, how you doing? And also, I will fix this before next week. But listen, man, next week I will be on OBS Studio. So I should have a really good live show, and I can throw everything up behind me that I'm talking about that I cannot now. And I'm sorry that I can't do this now. But I assume that if you are watching my show, you probably want to hear what I got to say. So I'm saying it. But I can't show you. And it would be really better if I could show you. It really would. And also, as well, man, see, I need to fix that. And I'm positive that the guy who had set that up and told me to put that on 128720 had a bigger screen than me. Because there is no way I can get to where I need to go there. 62. Yeah. Hope you gave me one, Randy. I give you one. All right. So I'm going to keep this going 22 minutes just to make it till 5 o'clock. If anybody has anything to say, or let's say you're one of those people who would like for me to call them so that you can talk live to me right here on my show, send your number right to this email address that you will see popping up right down here in the chat box. There it is. Thank you, Alaska Blue. And this is why you rock. And again, I don't understand that. They block his thing and he just gave the same email that she did. What is that about? Why would it block him? You know what? I think okay, I get it. I think it's because the one is the moderator and he isn't, so you can't put like an email address. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. It's just like if somebody else was putting up an email address, it would probably block that. Hey, you don't want to know how I feel about cell phones. You don't. They wrecked the world. They killed it. I don't like cell phones. Okay, I'm going to go see if somebody wants me to call them. What if they do? What if somebody wants me to call them? I'll call them. That's what I'll do. I got a letter from Alaska Blue, who couldn't make it today. She was still at work then. Okay, so don't have any calls. If anybody has a question, throw it up down here in the chat. I will answer it like right now. Yeah, what are we talking about, the Delphi Marines? No, I ain't talking about that. On this channel, that's all I do talk about. That's what this channel now was designed for, it appears. Yeah, exactly. And it will in bad language, but I think it's just like if somebody said, hey, email me at the, it would block that. Say, let me scroll up and find that. Okay. Oh, there it was. And now gone. Well, that was my last donation here. Sorry. Okay. Well, that's not really a question. That's more of a statement. So I can't really. Oh, he donated 99. Okay. Well, being that that's the last time that he will donate here. Thank you very much, Philip. And I don't know why you donated and then said I wouldn't donate again. Maybe it was the last money you had, and if so, Philip, I feel kind of bad. I'm going to take the last of you, right? See, look, it says, and this is all I can get of this is, I think you should live from the bridge sometime. I wish I could read the full of those comments, people. I really do. And I can't. But that will change. Okay, he asked a question on Super Chat. How do I get to that? I can't find it, and I'm sure it was up here somewhere. Okay, Philip, if you are there, Philip, if you are out there, yes, I would, Harley. Absolutely. In fact, I think that would be something that me and Greeno would both enjoy doing. But Philip, if you, okay, Philip, I need your question. Give me your question. Give some people knew my question. Tell me what your question is, Philip, and I will. I get right to it. Katt, I donated and asked you someone new here my question, please. I will. I'll have to do it on a phone. Let somebody new to channel question. I'm not. Hold on. Yeah. Hey, if anybody out there has got a question, throw it up. I mean, I'm reading them. I'll get right to it. Yeah. Have them ask. If anybody wants a question, but I mean, if you have a question yourself, give it to me. I am in the mood to answer. And if anybody else has a question, there it is. All right, let me see if anybody has. No. Oh, wait, yes, somebody did. Okay, Lynn asked, Mike, do you think they would drop the age to 18 to 40 and TB is in his early 50s? Oh, why do I think they did that? Well, yeah, Lynn, that to me, that was the BS. That was. But you got to understand where law enforcement's at here. They have the guy. They know they have the FBI. The FBI said, yeah, it's his DNA. St. Louis said he was dressed like Bridge Guy, looks like Bridge Guy, had never been caught committing a crime like Bridge Guy. So they know they have it. He took the mugshot to the two people that seen him and says, is this the guy you've seen? I can tell you right now, they both said, yeah, that's the guy I've seen already. No doubt about it. Why did Sheriff Lesenby do? He took their DNA and sent it to Quantico headquarters because 1 month before they had went down there and got TB's DNA. Now, when that made a match, when the FBI called and said, yeah, we got your guy, they knew they couldn't go down and talk to him. You see where I'm at? So what do? We can't talk to him. We can't tell people we got him. We can't. What do? Well, we know we got the guy and we can't tell him. Let's make a briefing and we'll give them old information that no longer pertains to this guy and we'll keep it going like we don't know because we haven't been down to talk to him so we can just play. We don't know. So that's what they did. They played the we don't know. He could be 18 to 40. We think he's living right around here. He could be in this room. Well done. Very, very well done. Because when I was watching it and I came right up here and did a live show directly afterwards, my thought was, yeah, it was complete BS. I know better. If he was ages 18 to 40 and lived anywhere around Delphi, he would have been arrested immediately. As soon as those pictures were released, bam, hit. 46,000 phone calls, 3,500 population. Something to think about. If he was from Delphi, anywhere around Delphi, he would have been hit a long time ago, and you have my word on it. Thank you. Thank you very much. So that is why. Thank you, Carnation. And it wasn't a press conference. I'm talking about the briefing where like questions weren't asked from the media or anything. That's where they came out with the crap. That was the pure crap. They layered it on, man. They didn't mind because they had to play dumb. They knew it. They knew what they had to do. Look, if they came out and said, yep, it's TB, everybody would say, how do you know? Well, we have his DNA and it matched. Okay, but how do you know how do you know he was there? Well, they can't answer to that. They cannot answer. They never spoke with the guy. They got no inside word, no inside information that he has. Now, if you think they're going to file murder charges and then get him up here to answer questions, he'll be like, screw you. I ain't answering crap. But they go down and talk to him. He'll confess because he has no way out and he already knows it. Give it a year and a half. And you'll know, same as I. And if you don't believe me, I don't care. Wait a year and a half and you'll still know, same as I. It doesn't make any difference what your thoughts are. Your thoughts will be like mine in a year and a half. That will be identical. Then you'll be telling people, I kind of always thought it was him. I just didn't want to say anything. I know how people are. That's how they are. So we are reaching 11 minutes to go. 11 minutes to go. No new email addresses, no phone numbers to call. So we'll begin to wrap this up. Philip, do you have another question? I like questions, folks. I like questions. They help me out. They give me stuff to answer. You know what? I do have a thought on that, and I thank you, Harley, for actually bringing that forward there, because I kind of look at it like this. In Delphi, and maybe, and I'm not writing this one off, but maybe even Evansdale, he likely had something to record it with. Now, I say this for a reason, because a lot of people that commit serial killers, they always want to look back at that crime. They want to have it handy, you see, to see what they had done. So I think that there is a very real possibility that we'll call him Teeb, had videotaped what he did in Delphi. And I think that he had that in a private, secure location that only he knew. that he could go get and view at his choosing. And I think that that's part of what the cops found. I think that that is exactly part of what was found, because that was part of the question, like the phones that he was using at that time. Did he get rid of them? Anything like that, I'm sure that was asked of his wife. Because, and you know why I wrote and told him that? I said, if you had videotaped all that, you know quite clearly that law enforcement is now holding them. And if he did, it's just more he's hit. There's no way around. You have to hit that pole, people. Bam! Straight into the pole to make sense of it. Can't go around. Can't go around. There's no way to do that. Okay, Philip, I'm doing everything I can. Everything I can to get these questions, but it's like it's cutting off about half of it. Do I think he grabbed phones? No. Libby had hers. He didn't take it. But I think that he probably had something to video with. You know, to maybe, I ain't going on that, but so that he could look back at it. And that's probably what I'm thinking, like, you know, he may have done, because Edmund Kemp, that's what he had did. And they asked him about that, if he had ever like took pictures or anything where he could like look back at it. And he said, yes, on the one I did. And I took pictures. And he said, when I went back and I looked at them, he goes, I threw them away and never wanted to see them again, because it really scared him. But these serial killers, they want to look back because it brings that moment back. They want to keep reliving that. They want to go and relive that in another, you know. So I think that he probably did videotape. And it's just added more to it. It's more that they have on it. 7 minutes, remake. Search Father Simon on YouTube. I will. I'll check that out after the show. That I never anybody who looks more American style. I hope you're talking about me. I do. I hope I look American style. No, but I don't go watch other people's videos, is why. I don't, and I think I somewhat apologized to Greeno earlier because I thought I was subscribed to his channel. I did. And I don't know why I was unsubscribed to his channels, but the only time that I ever watch somebody's video is if they're live and I see it. And I'll stop in and I'll view for a little while. You know, but I normally don't go watch other people's videos, because if I didn't come up with it, to what good is it? You see where I'm at? It don't help me to go look at somebody's video. If they give me something, then it's like, I didn't come up with that. About everything that I got solo, did it myself. Now, St. Louis had to call Carroll County. I heard about that. But the rest of the investigation, that's me. Every day. Every last part of it is me. Keep that in mind. A year and a half goes by quick, you know. What is MFW? I want to know. What is MFW? Okay, I don't know what MFW is. However, we got 4 minutes. 4. If anybody's got something, get it on here now. Oh, there's some. Oh, I see. Yeah. Bam. Okay. I can only see part of that, but how blink, but all of it. But wherever you are, Dark Spyro,